My garbage person of the week is actually an organization. It'll become very clear when you watch this. Yeah, so it's Apple. That has been going around since earlier this week. Apple announced their new lineup of iPads, and that was how they decided to advertise for it. With the idea being that you can crush all of this stuff across culture and music and art and everything. And the iPad's capable of doing it all, okay? It's all encapsulated in this legitimately very thin device. It's the thinnest device that Apple has ever produced, not just iPad, literally anything that they've produced, it is thinner than an iPad Nano. Technologically, that is very impressive, but a lot of people had a problem with the ad, so much so that they ended up pulling it and apologized, saying our goal is to always celebrate the myriad of ways users express themselves and bring their ideas to life through iPad. We missed the mark with this video and we're sorry. Now look, a lot of people had problems with the ad. One said that the ad ironically represented how tech giants were squashing human creativity with artificial intelligence. One said crushing symbols of human creativity and cultural achievements to appeal to pro creators, nice. Another said, I felt sad when I saw creative tools such as musical instruments and cameras being destroyed. I don't think the creators will like this video. And I want to be clear, that's why a lot of people had a problem with the ad. That's not the problem that I had with the ad or whatever. It's an ad, man. They're trying to show that it fits it all in there. My issue is not with the way they chose to express how it lets you do all of these things and create all of these things with just the iPad. It's that it doesn't let you do that. My problem isn't really with the ad, it's with Apple, which I feel like from the very beginning has utterly bungled the potential of the iPad. And as someone who has owned multiple iPads since the very beginning, I got the first one, they have never been creative devices. They are consumptive devices. They are very, very good at letting you browse the internet and read books and watch movies to consume things, listen to music. But they could be things that let you create in the way that that ad implies that they will. But they've never actually advanced in a way that makes them easier to do productive work on. And they could, but they're not choosing to. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, in order for the Damage Report to keep on going, we need viewers like you to become a member on YouTube. Can you click the join button on YouTube today? Thank you. Because of the OS, the limitations of the OS, they could put Mac OS on it and let someone have a fully fledged computer on the go. It literally has the same processors as their computers, but that's the only advancement that we ever see. Stronger and faster and more powerful. And my question is the question that a lot of tech people have, which is, for what? Why do you need an M3 processor, an M4 processor in your iPad? It doesn't do anything that requires that. And so my issue isn't with the way that they expressed that it can let you replace a guitar and replace game programming and everything. It's that it doesn't actually do that, but it should, and I want it to. Brett, what do you think?
Dude, what a dork.
Come on, it's wasted potential. It could be futuristic technology. It could be Star Wars, Star Trek, but it's not. It's just a Kindle.
About this is so wrong.
You don't think that it's wasted potential?
This is the first time I've ever just had such a strong reaction to be like, your garbage person isn't garbage and then you had me with that's not my problem. I was like, oh, maybe you'll have a good argument.
But Brett,
John, are you a musician? Do you even like music? No. I am a musician and I have used, professionally, I have used Apple GarageBand technology to create a specific sound that embraces how crappy it is.
Have you done it on the iPad?
I could have, the other thing is you need that based on how Apple structures its entire operating system and over time how it evolves. Anyone who has a slightly old iPad knows it slows down, so it does need that kind of processing. Now I get that
that is built in.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person who has trouble with sweatshops, so that's the only reason I can see. You seem to really be like, it's great. Break the kids so we can so that we can have slightly better electronic music.
No, it's not about the music.
Have you ever tried to use it to make music?
I have tried to use it to make things. I have owned like 4 iPads, and the experience has always been the same. It's very impressive for consuming things that have already been made, and it has never lived up to its potential for creating things. But maybe I'm wrong. In the chat, you people have iPads. Other than for watching movies and reading books and browsing the internet, has it lived up to what you thought the effect it would have on your life is?
I never thought it would have an effect on my life.
That lets you type in it. They have not updated that software since it launched. And many of the things that they won't do in terms of the OS is clearly a business decision because they don't want people to buy iPads instead of MacBooks. Okay, they're artificially limiting the potential of the device for business reasons. That's what I believe. Maybe it's dorky to think that.
As someone who's worked in prosumer technology before for a major Fortune 500 client, they identify what tiers are best for them business wise, and that one's not. As someone who's I made my breakdance Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. music video, go watch it, on in compilation at the end of the year, on a laptop because of that. Because I also just like having the ability to type, and they give you more options physically. It feels more like all the instruments I have. Okay. I am touching keys. They both have a keyboard. So yeah, I understand that there's certain, talking to corporations that are like, yeah, for this prosumer technology. Another thing I do agree, like I worked for Sony Professional Solutions and their prosumer level, which completely cannibalized their like $70,000, $200,000 camera business because it was good enough for that. But they found enough money and value in people that wanted to use the smaller one. The thing is, like my iPhone is better is exactly as good as an iPad. The iPad's just if you want something bigger to hold, and that's kind of your problem.
That's my problem. Look, I think that is one of the issues that largely smartphones are very capable. I think there are reasons that a bigger screen could be good. But that unfortunately, again, I don't think that they've advanced. We've had iPads for like 14 years now, 15, 16, 17 years. They're faster than they were, and that's basically the only way that they've improved. Okay, the screen is much better. And by the way, I see in the chat, there are some people who agree with me, there are other people who disagree. People say that they use GarageBand, people say that they edit photos or whatever, which is fine. I know they can edit photos. I would argue it's much, much easier and better on a computer, but I'm not a professional photo editor. So agree to disagree. That's my garbage person. You're not always gonna agree with me. That said, 57,000 of you voted for your garbage people of the week, and here is the top 5. First of all, only 1% of you voted for the Daily Wire for selling vitamins to increase sperm counts, and nobody cared about that. In fact, this is not a very divided thing. Number 4, with 9% of the vote, is Kathy Hochul for saying black kids don't know what computers are, which is sort of what she said. Number 3 with 10%, that's not exactly what she said, but what she said was bad by itself. Anyway, number 3 with 10% of the vote is Jess Edwards for saying teens were ripe and fertile. Ugh. Number 2 with 12% of the vote, your runner-up, Tim Scott, for refusing to say if he's accepted election results, but it was a dominating victory. Your community garbage person of the week with 68% of the vote is Apple for not improving the capabilities of the iPad nearly enough over the years. I'm kidding. It's Eileen Cannon for delaying the classified documents case, and definitely I agree on that one, by the way. Very good choice. I probably should have chosen that for mine. I would have angered Brett less. So anyway, thank you to everybody who voted. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.